All rise. Criminal Court Part 2 is now in session. The Honorable... and semi-mystical Harold T. Stone.
Yes, I love 80s sitcoms and I will probably cover them often. There is one, however, that I feel I may have overlooked. Today we're talking about a magician and a stand-up comic who becomes a judge. Yes, I'm talking about the one, the only, Night Court. Now, although Night Court pretty much just took place in a courtroom, it was a show that really had it all. It was like a never-ending parade of weirdos and misfits. You had your clowns, your chicken people, your tutu wearers, you name it, Night Court had it. I mean, who doesn't love a good courtroom scene with a clown or a guy in a chicken suit? It's like a cross between Law and Order and a circus. You know, aside from shows, I'm also a sucker for a good theme song, and Night Court had a good one. It was catchy, upbeat, and really captured the spirit of the show. It was so catchy, I'm pretty sure it was responsible for the spike in saxophone sales in the 1980s. Now let's take a look at the wonderful, wonderful cast of Night Court. For starters, let's talk about Harry Stone.
Coming through! Darn!
That makes 6 in a row. You owe me another buck.
Get you next time. That will be all.
It's too hard.
Maybe it is. I wouldn't know. Maybe all of those people you helped when they needed it don't make up for the few that you couldn't.
He had a heart of gold, but he was also a bit of a goofball. Harry was played by Harry. That is the legendary Harry Anderson.
I love this. Here, take them. Tear them in half. What the hell, ain't your money? Come on. Count them up. Make sure you have 6 separate pieces of $5 bill. This is good. Huh? You got what? You got 8? Well, you screwed that up, didn't you?
This guy was the perfect mix of humor and heart. Who else could make you laugh with a quip about tax law and then turn around and make you tear up with a touching moment? He was like a human roller coaster of emotions. Star Harry Anderson was an actor, comedian, and magician. While he's best known for Night Court, he was also in Dave's World. He was born on October 14th, 1952, in Newport, Rhode Island, and sadly passed away on April 16th, 2018, in Asheville, North Carolina. Harry got his start as a magician in San Francisco, where he performed on the street and in various clubs. In the late 1970s and early 1980s, he gained national attention for his appearances on the TV series Saturday Night Live, where he performed magic tricks and comedy sketches. In 1984 is when Harry landed the role of Judge Harry T. Stone on Night Court. Night Court ran for 9 seasons, and his portrayal of the eccentric and kind-hearted judge earned him 3 Emmy nominations.
Yeah, I better give them my best stuff. Hope you guys like vegetables. I guess it's gonna have to be candy. But the management assumes no responsibility for cavities.
After Night Court ended is when he got the aforementioned CBS sitcom Dave's World from 1993 to 1997. He also made guest appearances on several other TV shows including Cheers, The John Larroquette Show, and 30 Rock. In addition to his acting career, as mentioned, he was also a skilled magician. He was a regular performer at the Magic Castle in Hollywood. He also wrote several books on magic and performed stand-up comedy. Anderson was married to his second wife, Elizabeth Morgan, from the year 2000 until his passing in 2018. He had 2 children from his first marriage. Overall, Harry Anderson was a beloved and talented performer, known for his wit, charm, and unique brand of comedy magic.
You know, my granddad always used to say, never eat at a place called Mom's, and never play cards with a guy called Pop, and never trust an honest man. You've been great. Good night. Thank you very much.
And speaking of someone who was full of emotions, let's talk about Bull Shannon. Richard Moll's character was a gentle giant, but boy did he have some anger management issues.
Anyway, I'm leaving.
Oh, wait, no. Bull, Harry said to stay here.
Get out of my way, Dan.
Now, I have specific instructions not to let you leave.
Move, or I will invent the human pretzel.
I mean, he was a bailiff, so he had to keep things in line, but sometimes he took things a little too far. I certainly wouldn't want to be on his bad side, that's for sure. Richard Moll was born on January 13th, 1943 in Pasadena, California. He attended the University of California, Berkeley, where he studied law, but dropped out before completing his degree to pursue an acting career.
Hi, I'm Richard Moll, and I'll be right back with one to grow on.
They'll never come back. What'll we do?
You don't have to do anything but enjoy yourself. Your parents are only going away for the weekend, not forever. Sure, you'll miss them when they're away. That's a natural feeling. Just like when they miss you, when you go away to camp or to school. But you always come back, right? So will your parents. So don't worry. Everything will be just fine.
I mean, he kinda went into law. He was a bailiff on night court, so that might count.
I put Bowers in the holding cell.
Good. I want to see him and the Sedgwicks in my chambers right after I wash up.
I was hoping you'd say that.
Fish.
Duck.
Moll began his acting career in the early 1970s, appearing in guest roles on various TV shows, including The Mary Tyler Moore Show, The Rockford Files, and The $6 Million Man. He also appeared in films such as The Sword and the Sorcerer in 1982 and House in 1986, which we covered a little bit in our William Cat video. In addition to his work on Night Court, Moll has reoccurring roles on several other TV series: The Flintstones, Batman the Animated Series, and Where on the Earth is Carmen Sandiego. He's also done even more additional voice work for animated TV shows and movies, including Scooby-Doo and the Justice League. Richard has been nominated for multiple awards for his work on Night Court, including a Primetime Emmy Award for Outstanding Supporting Actor in a Comedy Series in 1988. Aside from acting, Richard is also an accomplished artist and sculptor. He has had several solo exhibitions of his artwork, and has also sold pieces to private collectors and museums.
And we're right here on NBC. Let's all be there. Hey.
And let's not forget Dan Fielding.
The killers, they're here. By the water fountain by the seaside stand, I saw them.
Great work, Fielding. What did they look like?
What do you mean, what did they look like? Killers!
John Larroquette played the sleazy, womanizing prosecutor with such finesse that you almost forgot how terrible of a person he was. I mean, the guy had more one-liners than a stand-up comic, but his morals were just about as low as a worm's belly.
We are naturalists. We are within our rights.
They were in the buffski.
John Larroquette was born on November 25th, 1947 in New Orleans, Louisiana. He grew up in the 7th Ward neighborhood and attended a Jesuit high school, which is a Catholic school for boys. Larroquette began his acting career in the late 1970s, appearing in guest roles on various TV shows including The Love Boat, Beretta, and Charlie's Angels. He also appeared in such iconic 80s films such as Meatballs Part 2 and Stripes.
Foxglove?
Sounds like tambourines.
In 1984, Larroquette landed his breakthrough role as Dan Fielding on Night Court, for which he won 4 consecutive Primetime Emmy Awards for Outstanding Supporting Actor in a Comedy Series from 1985 to 1988. He has also had recurring roles on several other TV series, including The John Larroquette Show, obviously, Boston Legal, and The Librarians. In addition to his work as an actor, Larroquette has also worked as a producer on several TV shows, including The John Larroquette Show and McBride. Larroquette has been recognized for his work in both acting and producing, with multiple awards and nominations, including a Tony Award for his performance in the Broadway play How to Succeed in Business Without Really Trying in 2011. Aside from his work in the entertainment industry, Larroquette is also a philanthropist and has been involved with several charities, including the Elizabeth Glaser Pediatric AIDS Foundation and the Children's Defense Fund. Nowadays, you can see Larroquette in the reboot of Night Court. The reboot does have some of the original charm as the OG show. However, I think it's time to put laugh tracks as a thing of the past.
Your Honor, my client is a Class 18 barbarian ogre who got a little too into character swinging his war horn. That is not a euphemism. It would be a little less embarrassing if it was.
While that's our main cast, let's take a look at the supporting cast real quick. We have Charles Robinson, who played Mac. In 1984, Robinson joined the cast of Night Court as Mac Robinson.
Oh, why does this junk always have to be dumped on me? Now, this could take hours, and I got tickets to the Jets game tonight.
You got tickets?
Yeah, a pair on the 50-yard line.
Oh.
The court clerk and assistant to Judge Harry Stone. Robinson's portrayal of Mac was a fan favorite and earned him critical acclaim, as well as a nomination for a Primetime Emmy Award for Outstanding Supporting Actor in a Comedy Series in 1985.
What's that?
Evidence from the Darcy case. They need IDs.
Oh, man, these are those damn sex toys. How am I supposed to identify these?
Shifting over to Markie Post, Markie Post was born on November 4th, 1950 in Palo Alto, California. She began her career in the late 1970s, appearing in various TV shows and films, including The Love Boat, The A-Team, and Riptide. In 1985, Markie joined the cast of Night Court as Christine Sullivan, a public defender who frequently clashed with the court staff, particularly Dan Fielding.
I stand corrected.
Nice hair. Looks like something the cat hocked up.
Markie's portrayal of Christine was well received and also earned her multiple nominations for a Primetime Emmy Award for Outstanding Supporting Actress in a Comedy Series.
Your Honor! Later, Miss Sullivan. Recess! Miss Sullivan, whatever it is, will wait. One of my bailiffs just slithered into the courtroom, and by golly, I want to find out why. Now, don't cry.
I never cry.
Right, you have breasts. I forgot. Christine.
Next, we would have Marsha Warfield, who would be our Roz. In 1986, Warfield joined the cast of Night Court as Roz Russell. She would be the court's bailiff who was known for her deadpan humor and tough exterior.
Roz?
Judge?
Everybody back from lunch yet?
Nope. It's just you and me.
Warfield's portrayal of Roz also earned her a nomination for a Primetime Emmy Award for Outstanding Supporting Actress in a Comedy Series in 1987. Warfield is still active in the entertainment industry, although she's focused primarily on her stand-up comedy career in recent years. She is remembered for her talent and contributions to the industry, especially for her beloved role as Roz Russell on Night Court.
I was trying to lose weight. I really was. I was giving it a really good effort, you know, with the summer and all that kind of stuff. And then one day, when I was pulling some skin off some chicken, it dawned on me, hey, they make bigger clothes.
Selma Diamond played Selma in 1984. Diamond joined the cast of Night Court as a chain-smoking, wisecracking bailiff who frequently clashed with Judge Harry Stone.
Aw, you poor kid. I'll get Bull to drive you home.
Unfortunately, Diamond's portrayal of Selma was short-lived as she was forced to leave the show after only one season due to health concerns. Diamond continued to work in the entertainment industry until her death in 1985. She appeared in various TV shows and films including It's a Living, The Golden Girls, and Mr. Belvedere. She also continued to perform stand-up comedy and was known for her sharp wit and irreverent humor. Diamond passed away on May 13, 1985 at the age of 64.
I thought you quit.
I'm back.
I can see that. You know, I was worried about you.
I'm sorry.
You're sorry? Let me tell you something. Don't you ever pull any stunt like that again while I'm around here. And don't you ever walk out and leave me alone on the job. And don't you ever forget that I have the seniority here, and what I say goes.
Yes, ma'am.
How about a beer at Muldoon's?
Sure.
It's your turn to buy.
All in all, Night Court had one of the best ensemble casts in TV history. Each actor brought their own unique flair to their character, and together they created a world that was both hilarious and heartwarming. We miss them all dearly, but at least we can still relive their antics through reruns and streaming services. There were so many classic episodes of Night Court that it's hard to just pick a few, but let's highlight some of the most memorable ones. One of the most iconic episodes is Pick a Number, and that's where Harry is put in charge of a crazy lottery where the winner gets to go free and the loser goes to jail. It's a hilarious premise that allows the writers to explore all kinds of wacky scenarios, plus we get to see Harry's moral compass in action as he struggles with the ethics of this situation.
In my short time as a judge, I've seen some pretty amazing things, but this, I think, tops them all.
A fan favorite would be Her Honor Part 1 and 2. This is where Christine gets appointed as a judge and has to deal with all kinds of pressure from her colleagues and the public. It's a great showcase for Marky Post, and it's always satisfying to see her stand up for what's right in the face of adversity.
Pick up the gavel. Now hit something with it. Hey, that's telling them.
And who could forget Harry and the Madam? That's where Harry falls in love with a prostitute and has to defend her in court. It's that classic romantic comedy setup that allows the writers to explore some deeper themes about love and acceptance. Plus, it's funny to see Harry navigate this tricky situation.
Harry! Do I give you the $500?
That'd be a switch, wouldn't it?
I think you're worth it.
Well, you just pay the clerk downstairs.
Thank you.
I hope I never see you again. I mean, at least not here.
There are so many more great episodes to choose from, like Dan's Boss, Bull's Baby, The Gypsy. No matter which one you pick, you're guaranteed to get a good laugh and maybe even a tear or two. Night Court was truly one of a kind, and it's a show that will be remembered for generations to come. If you ever need a lawyer, just head down to Night Court. They'll either get you off the hook or make you laugh so hard you forget about your troubles. Join us over here as we continue the conversation with some of my favorite sitcoms from the 1980s. As always, a like and subscribe is greatly appreciated, and you can give us a tip in that link in the description. If not, that's okay. You're here, and that's what matters the most. Thanks, friends.
Subscribe to Retro Renaissance Channel.